Thanks, Corla. Taoiseach, on page 24 of the programme for government, it states that you're going to request NAMA to review their business plans to encourage it to be more ambitious in the area of housing delivery. And it's something they always remind us of in their annual report. Last week, a receiver was notified residents in Riverwood Hall in Carpenterstown that they would be evicted 9 households and up to 30 residents. And I think that's shocking that it has occurred in our constituency. But what happened over the weekend, Taoiseach, that one of the residents was notified by the receiver that NAMA is one of the main parties to this eviction. And I think it is highly inappropriate that NAMA as a state agency is circumventing the law through the Residential Tenancies Act, the Tyrrellstown Amendment, where it's undermining the legislation that you put in and your government put in, but also that it's deliberately evicting residents and it undermines everything that's in the programme for government. I want to know what you're doing to address this, and also what your view is of NAMA. First of all, that it's circumventing legislation you introduced, but also that it's central to an eviction process of turfing out local residents from their only homes and where they'll face homelessness. I think it shows a dysfunction in housing policy that it's occurring on our own doorstep.
Thank you. Minister Murphy.
Thank you, Corla, and thank you, Deputy, for the question. Just in relation to NAMA, which comes under Minister Donoghue's department, the latest quarterly report from NAMA did come before the Cabinet this morning, and it talked about the many thousands of new homes that have been built on NAMA indebted sites up and down the country. Also, the more than 2,000 social housing homes that have been provided to local authorities as well. Just to note some of the good work that NAMA is doing. In relation to the situation that you referred to specifically, I am at the moment in conversation with the RTB about the Tyrrellstown Amendment. You'll know that it was tested recently in front of the RTB, and that threw up a couple of issues around that. So we are in negotiations or in discussions with the RTB around the issue of evictions. Obviously, the law is clear. It was the legal advice at the time around the number of properties at any given time. But there's a spirit to the law as well that has to be observed, and if it's not being, that's exactly what we're looking at.